Hello everyone, it's Kathy here, and today I'm going to share with you a simple technique of using cotton buds to paint cherry blossoms. To begin with, I'm just preparing my watercolours just by lightly spritzing them with water, and I've got some watercolour paper. And I'm using a thick paintbrush, it's a watercolour brush, and I'm starting by painting the tree trunk. And I'm using my brush and just lightly using the tip of the brush to create the branches, and I'm trying to get thin branches because at the top of the tree, as you know, the branches thin out. I'm just going back now and I'm darkening my lines with the tip of my brush to add some depth and also to try to make my tree look a little bit realistic. Also with my paints, I'm just trying to add some shadows, and I'm using the tip of my brush to achieve that. I'm now changing to a thinner brush so that I can straighten out some of the blotchy parts of the watercolor, and also to add some more of the shadows and to also define different parts of the tree just so that it stands out a bit. You can always go back and make some adjustments to your watercolor, but it's always important not to add too much water, otherwise it can become a little bit difficult to work with. You can blot things out with a paper towel as well. So I'm just going in and fixing up things until I'm happy with it, and using a thin brush helps me to achieve that. So now I'm going to move on and get my cotton buds, and I'm using 3, and I'm securing them together with some Scotch painter's tape, just so that it makes it easier for me to hold. So while I'm doing that, I've selected 3 paints, and they're acrylic paints by Kaisercraft. I've got a white, a medium pink and a dark pink, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to use these to create the blossoms on the tree. And it's important not to overload the cotton buds because you can get really big blotches. However, in nature nothing's perfect, so what I'm doing now is I'm just tapping the cotton buds randomly. I'm not really thinking about it, I'm just tapping away. And as I mentioned, it's important not to overload the paint onto the cotton buds. So I'm just tapping away until it fades out, and then when I think I've got enough, I just reload. Now I'm going back with the medium pink, and I'm going over just so that it adds some depth, and also just to try to make it look a little bit realistic. If I had to do this again, I would have gone over the branches as well. However, it still looks nice the way that it is. I've flipped it over now because I want to add some white, and I'm just going over what I've done, and it just adds a little bit of softness to what I've already got in terms of my blossoms. So lightly dabbing away, and I like how that there's dark and light just by adding these 3 colors, and it's quick and easy, and it's not very hard to do at all. I actually liked this orientation, so I've flipped my paper in this way, and now I'm adding the background. So I'm just using the watercolors again and that thick brush. I've changed my water so that it's clean, and I'm adding my background, so light blue for the sky, and I'm adding the grass now, making sure that the lines meet. And I've just added a bit more blue just so that I can join up the sky with the grass. And I'm going in now with a thin paintbrush just so that I can fill in the gaps just where I think a little bit of blue is needed, because otherwise it will look a little bit odd if I've got these white patches in the tree. So I'm just blotting away. I don't want it to look perfect, I'd like it to look a bit messy. I'm happy for there to be some white because I haven't painted to the edge down the bottom. And now I've just got my heat tool because I want everything to be nice and dry. And next I'm just adding some more little dots just to show that some of the cherry blossoms have fallen, and I'm using the same technique again, dark pink followed by the light pink, and then once again flipping over, or I'm just using the white just to finish it off, and that's it. So I did another one, and just to define the branches I went in with the darker brown. So if you like this technique. I hope you'll give it a try because it's lots of fun and it looks quite realistic. So thanks for stopping by and have a great day.